हो गए हैं. It is according to the UK time, it is 16:05, which is 4:05 p.m. here. Now we are going to start the class, and we are going to discuss the topic today, which is PTE speaking module, and the question in this is PTE read aloud question in speaking module. So we're going to start. The students who are going to join later on, you will be able to see this video on our YouTube channel. So so let's get started. Right, so in this lecture we are going to discuss what is the PTE speaking module, what are the question types in this PTE speaking module, and read aloud. This is a very important question type which we are going to discuss today. Now, how do you prepare? There are different ways to start preparing your PTE test, but the thing is you have to choose only one, because if you will go prepare, let's say there are different apps which you can install and start preparation, but if you will practice on one app and then the second one and then the third one, and similarly if you watch the YouTube video of one teacher, one tutor, and then another one and then another one, that would be very difficult. So always stay focused, always stay focused on just one app where you are preparing, and then take the mock test and go ahead, and then you will go ahead. Now there are different apps. The one I am using right now, it is called APEUNI. I am repeating again, APEUNI. It seems like this. Now this is my account which I have logged in, and I will demonstrate. I will practically do the question right in front of you, and then you will be able to see that how it is done basically, right? I will attempt one question. I will give you the tips how to prepare it well. Then you copy how I am doing it, and of course you will be able to get the marks as well. When I will attempt it, you will be able to see how many marks I am getting. Okay, so this is a very live practical demonstration that is the best thing to learn. Okay, now give me a second. So if I go to the official website of Pearson PTE, okay, now let me tell you what is a good thing about the PTE test. It is same for both academic and general purposes. For example, if you're applying for work visa or if you're applying for study visa, it doesn't matter. For both of these visa types, the same PTE would be accepted. In Australia specifically, the people who go to study and then apply for settlement, meaning the PR, then PTE is acceptable as well over there. So it is very important thing. Now in Europe, in UK, and recently in last year, PTE is now available in the application for Canadian PR. Like if you are in the express entry pool, you want to enter, if you don't want to take IELTS test, then you can take PTE test, it will be acceptable. Okay, right. Now the PTE speaking module, the PTE speaking and writing all together, this whole module lasts for like 1 hour, like 60 minutes. Okay, specifically if I talk about the speaking module, there are different question types, right? The first question, most important question type, is called the read aloud. Now what does it mean? Read aloud mean that you are reading something and you have to read it aloud, meaning you have to read it in a your volume should be high enough that your voice should be recorded in the computer. So you will go in the test center, you will sit on your laptop or your PC system, your test will begin. The first question type you will see after the introduction, after the personal introduction, you will see is the read aloud question type, right? So how will you attempt it? Let me give you a live demonstration. Before this, before starting the speaking module, one thing that you have to do is called the personal introduction. Now what is personal introduction? It is just something to know about. This is not marked. This question is not marked, so you can only say my name is this, I am taking PTE test because I want to go or apply abroad for higher studies. Whatever you say doesn't matter, because it is just a personal introduction. And why it is recorded? If you want the PTE test result to be sent directly to the university where you're applying, then whole test will go along with this personal introduction. So it is not marked, don't worry about it, say whatever you want to say. Now we are going to focus on the question type that will give you marks, not just in your speaking but also in your reading module. This is the most important question type, which I say that the students who do not have very good skills in the reading module, जो रीडिंग में स्ट्रगल करते हैं, उनको समझ नहीं आती या उनके लिए ग्रामर को ग्रिप करना बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है, देन दे कैन स्कोर वेरी वेल इफ़ दे प्रिपेयर दिस क्वेश्चन टाइप. Why? Because 50% of the marks go to the reading module and 50% go to the speaking module. Let me give you an example. Then you will understand it in a better way. Now, if you want to note down one thing before I show you the live example that how it is done, you have to note down 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Your assessment of each question type in the PTE test is based on 1, 2, 3. Number 1, your content. What is the meaning of content? Content means the question. Whatever the question is your answer related to the question? Is it exactly what the question is demanding you to do? Content is the thing, that is the material that you speak. Number 2 is your pronunciation. Pronunciation means that how you pronounce the word. For example, in front of me it is mentioned by watching, you agree Pearson can use viewership data for 1 year unless you change cookie preferences. Now this is what I'm speaking, right? The more clear the word would be, it will be easier for the computer to record what you're saying, and once the computer records your voice, of course, then you will be able to get marks. If your voice is not clear, if microphone is not able to understand what you're saying, then you will not be able to get very good score in PTE. So be very careful. Number point 2, which I'm discussing, is the pronunciation. Very important thing. Number 3 after pronunciation is your fluency. What is fluency? Basically, fluency means right now I'm talking with you, right? There should be no gaps in between the words. Too many gaps. Like I am talking to you. So it is very irregular. You understand what I'm saying? So it should be in a very fluent way, one after another, and it does not mean that your speed should be super high. Like sometimes students say that if we will speak fast, it means the fluency is improved. No, it doesn't mean. The point is, the microphone should record your voice, and it should be in such a rhythmic way that your fluency should not disturb. I will give you a live example in a minute. So these are the 3 points on which your assessment is done, assessed, and then you get the marks accordingly. I have opened this app. Now I am going to the speaking module. In the speaking module, you have 5 question types in total. But number 1, which we are discussing today, is read aloud. I click on this read aloud section. Now there are always different question type. There is a question bank where you will be able to see question number 1, 2, 3. There are more than 100 questions which you can practice. Now, of course, they have different apps give you a premium package, meaning you have to pay them some fee and subscribe their subscription so that you could practice on that app or on your website. The app which I'm using, it is also available in the desktop version, which means you can practice over there as well. Okay, so let's go and let's do some practice. So there are too many questions. Previously I said 100 plus, but there are 700 plus questions. The more you will practice, the more you will learn. Read aloud. What you have to do in this, you have to read aloud. Okay, now this is the question number 5, which I'm going to practice for you. Then we'll practice other questions as well. Look, This is a kind of a small paragraph which will be in your test, right? You have to speak about it, okay? They will give you 35 seconds or 40 seconds depending on the length of the paragraph. In that time period, you will read it and practice yourself. This is not the actual recording you are preparing. They are giving you the time to prepare. After the preparation, look, the timer is countdown 4, 3, 2, 1. The recording has started. In the very exact similar way, you will be able to see it in the real test. Now the timer is on. 10 seconds are already passed, but I'm teaching you, that's why I'm not speaking in it. Give me, now just watch me. I'm going to prepare it in the time they are going to give and then speak. Then I'll assess what are, how many marks I have got, and I'll share the result with you live here, live on in the class. It is not something that I will tell you, okay, this is how it is done, go and do yourself. No, I'll do it. I'll show you how to do it. I'll be an example, then you follow it. Okay. It is not opening. There is some processing going on, but let's do it. Okay, I'm going for the other question type. Right, okay, so they have given me 35 seconds to prepare. Okay, now I am preparing. How do I prepare? Look closely. The correlation between elevated blood pressure levels and a multitude of health complications is widely acknowledged. However, recent studies have shed light on the equally concerning aspect. Researchers have discovered that these fluctuations in blood pressure cannot not only be detrimental to overall health, but also act as a potential precursor to the development of dementia and vascular disease. The correlation between elevated blood pressure levels and a multitude of health complications is widely acknowledged. However, recent studies have shed light on an equally concerning aspect. Researchers have discovered that these fluctuations in blood pressure can not only be detrimental to overall health, but also act as a potential precursor to the development of dementia and vascular disease. I have now spoken the whole test. I have clicked on the next. Now it is AI assessed. Now AI is assessing it. Let me tell you how many marks I've got. Still it is assessing my recording and it is submitting the answer. 99% done. Now just waiting. So you have observed, if you have paid attention, you would have observed that I have spoken in a very polite way, exactly the words. Keep it in your mind that it doesn't matter if your accent is good or not. As long as your sorry, as long as your word is easy and the computer is able to understand, that's it. You don't need any other thing. I'm repeating again. Researchers, this is a word. Researchers. Now whatever I say, it doesn't matter. As long as it is being recorded in the audio, it means I've done well. Okay, that's the main point. So if the computer doesn't understand, you will not get score. If the computer understands, then you're going to score. Okay, it's done. Now I'm going to click to score. Okay, all right. So this is not the premium version at the moment. The correlation between elevated blood pressure level. This is my recording. I'll let you know once it is scored. I completed my answer in 22 seconds and the time allowed was 30 seconds. So if you complete before the time, you can wait, the recording will automatically stop, or you can click and stop yourself. I clicked myself, but in the real test I don't recommend you to go and click yourself, because if you have 6-7 seconds, take a deep breath. This is your break. Okay. Okay, so in PTE, for each question type, you get marks out of 90, 90. Out of 90, you can get 50, 60, or whatever. So if you get 50 plus, you could say, I'll share with you the exact marking criteria, that how it is equivalent to IELTS. But you can just, as an example, if you get 50 plus marks, it means you are if you take IELTS, it would be 5 plus band. Okay, now different universities require different result. For example, they would say that in speaking the result should be 50, in writing the result should be 52, in listening the result should be 45, and so on. They tell you the exact requirement, so you have to follow it. Now the answer to my question, it is evaluated now, and the score is 81 out of 90. 81 out of 90. In the content, my marks are 100%, like 90 by 90, because I spoke each and every word from the provided data, provided paragraph. It means the content is 100%. Number two, pronunciation. Now, I told you the pronunciation thing is very, very important. I tried my best to pronounce each and every word clearly, but they are not satisfied. They are saying my marks are 74 out of 90. 74, still very good score. 74 is like 6.5 bands or more. Still a very good score. The point is 74 is not acceptable. Okay, it should be more than 80. Anyhow, 74. Then fluency. How many marks I have in fluency? 83 out of 90. Imagine, 83 out of 90. Okay. And how I spoke? Here we go. Correlation between The correlation between elevated blood pressure levels and a multitude of health complications is widely acknowledged. However, recent studies have shed light on an equally concerning aspect. Researchers have discovered that these fluctuations in blood pressure can not only be detrimental to overall health, but also act as a potential precursor to the development of dementia and vascular disease. That was my recording, that was my answer. Now they have evaluated, and overall the marks that I have obtained in this question is 81 by 90. Let me do one more question for you so that you will understand it in a better way. So I'm just scrolling down there. These are all the practice questions that you can do and improve yourself. Look, there are so many the moment you will go down, the more questions will come up. Now any random question. Okay, I have clicked it. Now I'm going to prepare it and read it. Okay. Basically, when we are standing still, 15 seconds are still left. I'm preparing. Basically, when we are standing tall, our bodies are constantly making adjustments in order to keep us stable. For example, if someone bumps into us when we are standing in line, our legs. Basically, we are standing still. Our bodies are constantly making adjustments in order to keep us stable. For example, if someone bumps into us, oh, sorry, I didn't tell you that the recording was started, and I'm now now I'm speaking, and it will be recorded here. Okay, just like the previous question. Sorry. Basically, when we are standing still, our bodies are constantly making adjustments in order to keep us stable. For example, if someone bumps into us when we are standing in line, our legs make a wide range of movements that we are not even necessarily aware of in order to keep us upright. I have recorded it in 20 seconds. Now the problem is, in the last word, if you have noticed, my fluency was disturbed. Let's see how many marks do I get. I am submitting it. In the real test, this question type, you will have to attempt at least 5 paragraphs. Basically, when we are standing still, our bodies are constantly making. Okay, so last question, my marks were 81 out of 90, and this time 70 out of 90. Why? Because I already told you. Just imagine, content 76 by 90. Content, only one word, the mistake was only for one word, all other were correct, but still 76 by 90. Pronunciation 69 by 90. They are still not very satisfied, and next time I will speak in a very desi accent. Then they will understand it. Okay, fluency 68 by 90. 68 by 90. Fluency was disturbed, I already told you in the last part, and still 70 marks out of 90. So if I'm getting like 80 in one, 70 in the other one, and in the real test there will be like 6 of these question types, so it means my average score would be around 75. So 75, not bad. If I get 79, it would be equivalent to 8 band in IELTS, and 75 or 76 would means the band is 7.5. Anyhow, let's go. Now I'm playing the recording so that you could come to know that this is how I spoke in this test. Listen to it. Basically, when we are standing still, our bodies are constantly making adjustments in order to keep us stable. For example, if someone bumps into us when we are standing in line, our legs make a wide range of movements that we are not even necessarily aware of in order to keep us upright. Have you noticed in the end? So that's the main issue with the PTE. If you stop in the middle, or if you mispronounce the word, your marks will be deducted, and there is nothing you can do about it. Okay, so what is a short way to get to maximize your marks? In this case, in order to keep your fluency going, you can skip the word. Let's say, in order to keep us, if I am not able to read the word keep, then I will remove it. I will say, in order to us upright. Now what will happen? The marks in the content part will be reduced. Why? Because I have missed the word, but fluency marks will not be disturbed. This is a very important point. If you're understanding it, if the fluency is 100%, very good marks. If your pronunciation is very good, 100% marks, then even if you get like 50 out of 90 in the content, still your overall score would be very good, meaning 60 or 70 above. So that's all. In the real test, which I took in the speaking section, overall speaking section, my score was 82 out of 90. So 82, 8 plus band, very good score. But here you can see, when practicing, there are difficult question types. Why they are difficult? So that we could learn and improve ourselves. Make sure this is a very important question type. Yeah, whatever I have spoken so far, these marks, out of whatever the marks are, 10% of, let's say if this question type has 100 marks, 50 will go towards the speaking and 50 will go towards the reading module. Why? Because I am speaking, but side by side I am reading as well. This is a very good thing of PTE test, that if there are 2 skills involved in a question type, then you get marks for all of those skills which are involved. Unlike IELTS. In the IELTS test, if you are taking the listening test or speaking test, only the marks will be contributed toward those test types only. Okay, so yeah, that's it. This is the main question which my aim was to discuss in this class. Read aloud. Very important question, I'm telling you again. this is the first question type of the speaking module. In the speaking module, we have totally 5 question types. This is the number 1, read aloud. Number 2, repeat sentence. Number 3, describe image. Number 4, read, tell, lecture. And 5, answer short questions. So answer short question is a very basic and easy question. What is this question type? I'll tell you right away, so that we discuss all of the question types in the next classes. Answer short questions. There can be a very, very random question that they are going to ask. Okay, they are going to ask, for example, what is the object that is used to see very small objects? So very small objects and particles. What is the instrument that we use? We use microscope, right? So microscope is the answer. So this is kind of a general knowledge question type. It is not a general knowledge question. Basically, they are assessing your vocabulary, but to us, the test takers, we can say that these are just the general knowledge questions. These are like 4 or 5 in your real test. Don't worry about them. If you're answering them 2 or 3 are correct out of 5, then it's okay. No worries at all. Yeah, so answer short question. Let me give you an example if you want. Another important thing, for example, if I don't know the exact answer, what would I do? I would say different words. Like, I would say microscope, I'll say telescope, I'll say lenses, right? I'll say glasses. Glasses are also used to see the smaller objects if the lens is adjusted accordingly. Now, whatever the correct word would be, that will be evaluated, and that will be you will get a mark for that. Each short question is of 1 mark, which means if you're speaking 4 or 5 different words in order in response to one short question, out of 4 answers or the words that you will speak, if one is correct, you will get 1 mark. Okay, that's it. So these are the 2 question types which we have discussed today, and tomorrow in the class we will talk about the next question type, which is a repeat sentence. That's it. If you have any questions, please you can send us on WhatsApp. Okay, our team will answer your questions, and I'll answer your questions as well. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining, and have a very nice day. Bye bye.